Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at one of the Joy Toy Army Builders. Now, this one is in a box. Now, if you saw my other Joy Toy video, I did where I reviewed two figures, and one had a broken leg. But I always give things a second try. The first figure seemed pretty good. I've only heard really good things about Joy Toy, so that one was really disappointing that the leg was pretty much broken right away. Mr. Wonderful Travis from Hexastack, he pointed out that he has the exact same issue with that figure. So maybe it's just the mold, okay? I hear nothing but good things about Joy Toy. So hey, you know what? I will give it a second chance. This is a little army builder, $22 for this figure. Again, before you complain about the price of a 4-inch figure or 1/18 scale figure, understand, independent toy company. All right. You're going to pay a little bit more. But let's just get into this. This is figure 4, as you can see. And we're also going to see if it can fit in a vamp, because that's all the rage these days. So let's get into this. But before we do, take a second. If you like this type of stuff, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. So let's do this. Alright, so I haven't even opened them out of the box. We'll do that. As you can see, here's the Joy Toy with the bad leg. It does go back on, but it easily falls off. I got the other one that I had no issues with. We're going to see how this is. We get the vamp in the background and have some other figures. Why would I have these other O-ring figures out? I'll just let you guys take a gander on why I have them. Anyway, so here it is. I'm going to drop him out, and all he is in just a bag. And again, here's the box. It's going to get trashed. I don't really need to keep it. So everything is in this figure now. First thing I noticed, he doesn't have a stand. Not that it's a big deal, just pointing it out. These ones that are on a card do have a stand, and they're the same price. And that is the Crinkle Crinkle that everyone seems to love. You have your Joy Toy stuff. Dump out the weapon there. Alright. So, everything that he comes with here, he comes with 2 extra sets of hands. If we can see them right there. He comes with a rifle. And then he comes with a pistol. And when I'm reviewing stuff like this, that's not, let's say, G.I. Joe, Mattel, like Motu stuff, I'm always going to look for something that has different accessories. And he definitely does have different accessories. And we're going to take a look. I think he will fit in with my Modern Joes quite a bit, so I think we'll be good. All right, so quickly, we'll take a look at. He's got the thumb wrestling hands, which is great for knives and different things like this. Probably going to fit pretty well with this gun because it has the bar across the bottom. So here's the gun. It has some nice little detail to it. No flex to it. Reminds me of the old G.I. Joe stuff that we got in the 80s. But it's a neat little gun. And then he also has his 2 fists. That's not a fist, but this is a fist. So he's got 2 fists that he comes with. And then what you have is a trigger finger on him, and then an open slap hand. I like the open slap hand. Alright. So here's his rifle. Now, again, I hate bars underneath this. I hate them on 6-inch figures. I definitely hate them on the smaller figures because it's a pain to get the hand in there. I do like with 4-inch figures or 1/18 scale figures when the rifle has a handle here. Unfortunately, it's really hard to grasp. Let's say how one-legged Bobby is here. Alright, it's just harder to do with the figure. But here, this dude looks really nice the way that he's grabbing it. So I think it works really well with your 4-inch figures. But looking at the detail on that, Nice magazine. I do not believe this comes out. It does not, and I'm glad it doesn't because it's something you lose. Nice little stock on it. You got your, it's not a scope, it's an enhancer, I believe, right? Is that someone called it? A magnifier, I think. But it looks really nice. Has a suppressor on it. You know, I say it looks really nice an awful lot. But, so there you go with this. Now we'll take a look at the figure. Now this figure's not going to take long to get through. And we'll quickly look at that detail. He's got a little air vent on the top. It kind of looks like a dog. I'm not saying it looks bad, but it kind of resembles like a dog face in some ways, like a bulldog. But the detail on it is just really nice. So I was able to tilt his head there. He got some paint apps over here. Obviously the visor. All right. He's got some chest plates. Now this figure is completely different than these figures. He's got his shoulder pauldrons here. Exposed hands, or exposed forearms. Looks like he has a watch over here. All this, again, all this armor that he has on it. So I think this is more like a Space Marine type. But I think this looks really nice. And again, I think you can fit it with G.I. Joe pretty well. So quickly, we'll take a look at his T-pose. Pauldrons are obviously going to keep it from going too far. His head does move up and down. And comes off really easily. Now that is a ball joint. So it's not bad. I thought it broke it there for a minute. So you can look at the neck here. So these are supposed to be pretty modular. Now, I didn't take the heads off over with those ones. So I might have to see later on. Now, I haven't heated anything up here. And I gotta say, this hand, that joint, look at it. It's open. Like, that is a problem. So I can't say I'm having good luck with these Joy Toys so far. I mean, everyone is raving about them, but man, I can't even bend his arm without that thing coming off. So I think I'm going to heat it up and give it a shot. But you can see that there's a gap right there. This one bends perfectly fine. Good 90 degree. Hands move back and forth. He's got a nice Jean-Claude Van Damme. He kind of pivots back and forth. Double knee joints, right? It looks like double knee joints. Nice ankle rockers. So everything else feels really smooth, but this arm, look at that. That is not good. Not good. So, I don't know if I have to just kind of push it back into place, but I mean, it's hard to kind of rave about a figure, a line, when unfortunately I have 2 out of 3 figures that have issues. So I'm going to go heat this up really quick and see if it changes anything. But unfortunately, I can't really pose this figure until I do anything with that. Before I do, the hands just pop right out, no problem. I might as well switch this out because he's going to be holding the rifle if I can get it to bend. But so this peg comes off, and that wrist joint is what I need for this. So I gotta say, I'm very disappointed because I don't know what I can really do. So the wrist joint comes off, but I can't get that on here. I have to get some, needle nose pliers to pull this off and hope that's how it comes off. But this is disappointing. I'm going to hit it with some heat, see if that changes anything, because I'm sure someone's going to say, oh, you need to use heat. But now if I use heat, this is just going to loosen, which is going to cause a problem for this. So, give me a second. All right, I'm back, and I've been able to get the, using some heat, I was able to get the elbow to move back and forth. And that's fine. You know, I said before, you know, don't be He-Man. Sometimes things are tight. Doesn't make any sense. This one is just super stiff. The other ones are super smooth. But there's that gap. But it comes down to, I had to cut the hand off. Now, I know what someone's going to say. Well, if you heat this up, and then you grab these with needle nose pliers, the problem is, no matter what you do, it's going to be almost impossible not to ruin it. Now, I just want the C-cupping hand, the thumb wrestling hand, so I can make it so he's grabbing it. This is a hard plastic. This is soft, and same with the wrist. So, just to get it so I can have him holding this, I had to remove all of that. And it's just not... Man, this thing is so small. But the problem is, it's super loose. Now, these ones come off properly. Alright, because I swapped the hands on the other ones. Didn't have a problem. But that is what the issue is. And I can't get the hand off of the other hand. Off the other arm. Without doing the same thing. So, very disappointing for $21. And now I've had 3 figures and 2 of them have had problems. So, I mean, I know people really love this Joy Toy stuff, but it's not passing my grade, that's for sure. I can't see myself spending money again on something as expensive as this, knowing that I'm going to have more issues. As you can see, I'm struggling just to get this hand on. Now, I do probably have to go heat it up. I mean, it's even molded off. It's not awful. I don't know. I'm not very impressed. I mean, I got those Skeletron figures in, and I said those things are, like, perfect. So I gotta go heat this one up again. Just to get this hand so it can pop into place and then never change it. One more time. You know, I'm pausing it. I'm not going to fight with this. Okay, I'm back again. And yes, I've been gone for longer than you guys realize. This thing is a pain in the ass to get in. And I'm sorry. These things do not pass my test of suggesting someone else to buy them. I know people seem to love these. And if someone says, well, that's an army builder, it's cheaper quality. You don't give things like this if they don't actually work. So, you know, it was going to be a fun thing, messing around with it. Now has, I won't be buying another Joy Toy. I'll just say that, like, right now, man. Like, I have no, I don't need to waste my money on this. Very disappointing. So, there we go. You can see he's headless. His head doesn't stand very well. I mean, nothing seems like it's made that well on this. This figure was decent. I didn't have a problem. That one, obviously, I had an issue with. So, there's a holster here for the sidearm. I'm able to get him in like this. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Can I get him in great posing? I don't know. I just... This is so disappointing, and... yeah. I think I will not be purchasing any more Joy Toy. And I wanted to like them, you know. I don't try and do reviews like this, and I don't purchase stuff like this to disparage it. I gave it a second chance. So now I've thrown away $44 on figures that I just think are very subpar. You give a lot of stuff to it, but there is no way that I'm getting this hand off with that peg and getting any of these on again. So... the vamp here. So here is the modern vehicle. Yeah, they're not going to fit in there. Just looking at this, I can already tell his legs are not going to fit. They spread wide open. So, unfortunately, Not going to work. I didn't look at the other Joy toy. But there you go. There it is. Very disappointing. This is more of a frustration than anything, and I'm just looking at myself going, I threw away another $22, hoping that it was going to be better. But, hey, you know what? You live and learn. This is how you find things out. You know, hopefully I'm able to save someone if they're sitting on the fence. If they're not sure they want to buy it or not, I would say no. But, hey, not my money. People are going to, in the comments, tell me how wonderful these things are, and I can tell you that 2 out of 3 are trash. Alright, so that's my final review of this Joy toy. I'm not going to waste my time putting them on Lazy Susan and talking about it. This is very disappointing. It looks decent enough, but the hands are a huge issue. Just put regular hands on and don't let them come off if that's what you want. The head that continues to pop off really easy. Now, it does stay on, so I can't complain. But now I've had 2 Joy toys. And yes, I don't want to hear that, well, you didn't heat it up. I know what to do. I have a huge catalog of reviewing figures, okay? So please don't come in with this stuff that, hey, you didn't do it properly. No. I know what to do, and I do it a specific way to show you whether or not we have to heat it up. And if I just had to heat it up, no big deal. If I would have had to heat it up and the hands would have popped off, no big deal. But that's not what happened. All right? The arm joint looks like trash. All right? I don't know if it's a mold. But, again, I'm sorry. I can't spend more money on something like this. Especially for this price. And, again, I don't have a problem with a $20 price point. I understand. Small independent companies, you charge more. But if it's trash, it's trash. And I'm sorry. Joy Toy, you are not passing my test for what I'm going to be spending my money on. So, hey, if you guys have better experience with it, I'm glad. I hope you all do. Maybe it's just me, but I will not be wasting my money anymore on Joy Toy. It's very disappointing. And I know they do Warhammer, and that is huge with a few of the guys that, you know, are in my community. So, unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. So, I'm going to get out of here, but listen. If you like this content, you like what I'm doing, take a second, please, jump on Instagram, A Punk with Toys. You'll find actually both my Instagrams there. The Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. Last but not least, if you like this content, you stayed this long, you're probably here to bash me in the comments and tell me that I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, that's all good and well. I have an idea of what I'm doing, but hey, if you do like what I'm doing, and I hope you do, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop videos of things that I like more and I think end up being better. That's all I can say. But I'm going to get out of here, but hey, don't go anywhere. Right up here is the other 2 Joy Toy figures that I reviewed, and down here will be a playlist of, I don't know, probably 1/18 scale figures. Take care.